Good afternoon, Muttonistas. Now, such is the way mutton tours are run, they're a bit random, they're a bit messy, they're a bit disorganised, and I was going to bring to you today a selection of 5 dishes from Madrid that are traditional that you must try. However, it is Sunday lunchtime, and I know full well that Sunday lunch is a very traditional time to go out with friends or family for lunch. So instead, we're going to call this video Sunday Lunch in Madrid. So today we are at a Galician restaurant. I know some of our vlogs in the past have been from Galicia, but it is one of the best regions of Spain for food, and in Madrid they import the best of everywhere, and so the food here I think will be as good as anywhere. We are today at La Gran Pulperia restaurant on the Avenida Machu Picchu, which is halfway between the city centre and the airport. So if you can find this place, and I'll leave the link in the description box, not a bad place to stop on your way to the airport. Anyway, I'm hungry, I haven't wet my whistle yet today, so let's go in and start eating. Madrid, a bit like other capital cities like Paris, doesn't have that many specialities of its own because it draws in ideas from all over the country. So a lot of things you'll try here definitely have influences from elsewhere. So that's octopus with paprika and, is that pureed potato?
Yeah, paprika.
Paprika, yes. I've had that before and it is delicious. And if you ever see this one on the menu, this little number, Matro Mera Crianza, get it, it's great value and it is a belter of a red wine. Cheers, viewers. Now I feel guilty even breaking into this. It looks so good. Now I had a lot of octopus when I was in Galicia, particularly Vigo, but let's see if it stands up to the same quality analysis. That's really good. The octopus is so tender, as good as anything I had in Galicia. And the potato puree, the paprika and the flavours of the shellfish is really a stellar accompaniment to it. So obviously I should be drinking white, and to be honest it's not the worst match in the world for octopus. And I must remind you all, the name of this restaurant is La Pulperia, so it goes without saying that octopus is one of their, if not their, specialities. Ah.
Go to there.
Okay, so obviously I've been using my bread incorrectly because that sauce is well worth mopping up every last drop.
Suppose.
Ah, I see. So they even bring special equipment. Okay, let's see how it is. So, Fito, think it's a little bit overcooked.
I like it.
Like this?
I prefer that than the typical that
just oozes out. Okay, so maybe this is easier to eat. I'm not an expert on tortillas, but to me that looks beautiful. Thank you. Lovely, runny, eggy goodness. In my opinion, how a tortilla should be. Maybe that's just the way I like it. Yes.
You have the egg moving on the plate.
Okay, so if you have the Betanzas one, the egg moves on the plate? Wow, okay. I'll have to try that sometime as well. Look, it's getting the nod of approval opposite me. Let's try it. Let's give you a close-up, folks. That is so rich. Wow, that is... Definitely deserves a slurp, that one.
para mi gusto está perfecto.
Okay, perfect for Fito and as good as I've had in Spain. I would say to viewers in the UK and other places where omelettes are often as hard as frisbees, reject them. They're not being cooked properly. I'm not saying they have to be runny like this, but they don't have to be a frisbee either. Another close look, muttonistas. What we have here is the top of the omelette, which is light and fluffy, a bit like a French omelette, which you might have had for breakfast sometimes. And inside we have onions and potatoes, and on top there's a little piece of ham. But you can fill these omelettes with all sorts of things. I've even had tripe, cod, all sorts of things. But the traditional one is potatoes and sometimes onions. If you come here, order those two dishes, and I strongly recommend you do. One more dish to come. Okay, the final dish has arrived, and I've not actually ordered what I meant to order. This isn't quite what I wanted, and it doesn't look terrible, but it's not my sort of thing. I ordered the Lomo, the pork loin. It's come with eggs and chips. It looks a little too British to me, but I'll pan down for you. So I guess the cut of meat is not typical, but the fried eggs do look completely overdone to me, and the chips are a bit British. As luck has it, I'm pretty full, so leaving some of this isn't going to be a big issue to me. So here I'm showing my ignorance. The eggs had to be broken and maybe mixed with the potatoes, so it is basically a version of huevos rotos. I'll do my best, folks, but I'll struggle with all that.
Otro para ti.
So here we are, here's the Lomo, the pork loin. I often like Spanish pork dishes which are very lightly cooked, but maybe not appropriate with this cut, I'm not sure. That is actually very good meat, very juicy. It's like the prime juicy part of a pork chop, actually. I'm doing this dish a bit of a disservice, I think. Time for the egg. So here we are, I'm having egg and chips, who would believe it, with some pork. I will say, it all tastes massively better than I thought it would, and the pork is actually very good. So there we are. This dish is basically a variation on huevos rotos. It usually comes with diced sautéed potatoes, egg that you break on top and mix around, and some sort of meat, usually ham. That dish is very popular throughout Spain and often is a decent meal for one if you see it on a menu. Now, of course, some of my earlier videos came from Galicia, but one thing I missed out on were the Galician sweets. When I say missed out on, I'm not a big sweets man. But I saw this on the menu, and this restaurant is Galician. It's called Cañitas de Carbainha con crema. And it's a little bit like a Sicilian cannoli, but a Galician variation. Well, if they recommend it, maybe I'll just have to try it. I'll take one for the team again, folks. Okay, let's pick that one up that's oozing with cream out of the side. I wanted mine afterwards. No, not with ice, no. And I also must add that they are not too sweet either, which is quite a big deal for me. You might see me having a few desserts on these videos, but they really are the exception and not the norm. Nice thick crema, as always. As always, if you don't see the crema, always send it back. And that is a reasonable coffee, nothing outstanding. Nothing to complain about, nothing to write home about either. So, to get into this restaurant, there was actually a huge queue on arrival, which says everything. And in Madrid and the rest of Spain, Sunday lunches are a very important time of the week. It's often a big family occasion, or friends getting together to take long lunches, to the point where actually a lot of restaurants are closed on Sunday evenings. Okay, muttonistas, I saw something on the menu I'd never seen before, so on mutton tours we don't mess about. We don't miss out on these things, we give them a try.
Café de pota con sus pecados.
Okay, and that is coffee brewed in a pot, and I believe it is sweet, so I'm not going to have all of that, and it has some aguardiente in it, so it is somewhat alcoholic.
Sugar, aguardiente, coffee. I don't know what more.
So this is the first time either of us have seen this dish, or either of us have seen this type of coffee.
Café de pota es sencillamente café de puchero, que no es el mejor del mundo, pero bueno.
So this isn't going to be like an ultra-fine espresso or anything like that. It's just normally brewed in a pot, not like instant, but more like a cafetiere or something. And I'm really not sure what this is going to taste like. This is basically coffee with a lot of sugar and something called aguardiente, which is like grappa. So I'm only going to have this 1 cup of this because apart from the fact it's not actually to my taste, I don't want to be wellied for the rest of the afternoon. So, there we are, folks. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did. This did start out as a vlog about things you should eat in Madrid, but we've cancelled that. This is the random way Mutton Tours does things because the Galician specialities, along with the other things we had here, were so tasty. So it's become Sunday lunch in Madrid. Price was very reasonable. Please don't forget, like, share and subscribe as always. Plenty of content coming your way. Bye for now. See you on the next one. And don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.